Marvel Dagger is a 1 to 5 player cooperative game by Fantasy Flight Games and designer Dane Beltrami. This is Eldritch Horror, but with a Marvel theme. Welcome all to the Team Ideas meeting. Let me know if you're here.
Present. I'm here.
Excellent.
Yep.
So as you know, head office wants us to come up with a new acronym for Dagger. So let's hear your thoughts on this.
So, been thinking about this. Marvel characters. Listen to this. Dumb, angry guys getting even respectfully.
Probably not where we
How
want to go with it.
respectful?
Charlie, let's hear your idea.
Okay, hear me out. Got a great idea here. It's all about defense. Marvel's about defense. Defense against goblins, giving each other roses.
Don't even know why we
I
hired
haven't
you.
really got that last bit.
Max, come and save us. Need to hear your Dagger acronym.
Look, thank you for your time. Been thinking about this for a long time. So I want to start off with dangerous agents.
Okay, now we're cooking.
Dangerous agents giving goats extra responsibilities.
This is quite a complex game and plays for 3 to 4 hours, so there's a lot of rules to go over. I'm going to try and simplify it as good as I possibly can. And the first thing we need to do is pick one of 4 bad guys. So look, Loki, we know that's everyone's favorite bad guy, so that's who I'm going to use in this example. Next up, let's go get our hero cards. There's 20 hero cards, and if you're playing solo, you're actually playing two-handed, so you're going to pick 2 character cards. So let's choose them. So you've chosen your nemesis, chosen your minions, and you've chosen your starting hero characters. It is time now to understand the goal of this game. During the game, you're going to be completing missions. Now these are specific missions tied to that nemesis. Complete those missions, complete the minions, defeat the final character, and defeat them in the final showdown. So each one of these cards is going to have specific criteria that you're going to need to meet to beat them in the final showdown. That's the goal of the game. You beat that before the threat level rises to 20, all of your characters are killed, and the bases are overrun. You have yourself a win after a very long 3 to 4 hours, but you've got yourself a win. Now the flow of the game, the heroes go first. And look, you're going to go back and forth along there until you've spent up all of your action tokens, and we'll go over the actions very shortly. But after the hero turn, it's the nemesis phase. The threat level will rise, an event card will come out. You need to resolve that event card. Then, look, the baddies, they're going to attack you. Look, it's not easy out there. And then finally, more minions are going to spawn, so it's going to get tougher. Make sure you keep kicking their butt, because it's going to be a rough old ride at the end. And now for those action spaces, and all of them are going to be on your 2 cards. We have the hero card and we have the aspect card. Firstly, the hero card. We're going to have on here the health of the character. Then we're going to have 3 scores up here in the top right hand. We're going to have attack, we're going to have defiance, and we're going to have tactics. Now these represent the amount of dice that we get to roll when we're testing those abilities. So that's it there. Also, we're going to have some specific hero abilities there. Okay, on this card, the aspect cards, it's actually 6 aspect cards to choose from. And you're going to mix and match with your character. So each time you play with a character, it's going to be a unique experience. So on here, we're going to have move. Obviously move around the board. We're going to have fight. Look, of course, we need to fight those baddies off. We're going to have defy. Defy is how we're going to complete the missions. And finally, we're going to have rest. This is how we're going to recover our health. And we're also going to charge up our support cards. And lastly, the playing board itself. This is where we'll be moving around the world to destroy our enemies. Now, what's interesting on here is there's a whole bunch of bases. These bases will provide another action spot that we can use with one of our action tokens, and these are called Dagger actions. Dagger actions are also unique because this is how we're going to play our specific hero mission card out onto the board. Now there's only 1 slot, so you're going to have to work amongst each other. This is why it's called cooperative, to understand who's going to put their mission out first and can they achieve that mission. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the game. Now let's chat about pros and cons. And the first pro we're going to chat about is this little word up here called Marvel. Now Marvel is going to open this to the masses. Eldritch Horror, Cthulhu, look, maybe that was your thing, maybe it wasn't. Marvel, this is going to get this game out there, and people are going to be more interested because it is an IP that a lot of people are passionate about. Next pro, imposing. The imposing board on a table, big 6-panel board. All of the standees you get, all of the character cards you get, all the text. There's just so much bang for buck, so much cardboard inside this box. And we all know we love cardboard. And lastly, probably the biggest pro of all, the tactics. Do you love games with a real tactical element? In this game, you're going to need to plan early. You're going to need to plan a lot. Firstly, cooperative. So you need to work with someone else. But then you need to plan out your missions. Who's going to take the baddies? Who's going to take, when we get to the final showdown, who's going to do what? There is so much planning involved. And for people who love that in games, this is going to be amazing. So let's now chat about the cons. And firstly, let me grab this dice right here. Well, actually the dice isn't a con. The dice are great. They're custom dice. But what we do have is a lack of luck mitigation. So this is something that, I guess really sort of frustrates me. We all have those bad rolls, and we just know that feeling when you just get nothing that you wanted, but the game just doesn't give us that luck mitigation for me to really keep moving on. It makes that a frustrating experience when things just aren't going your way. Next con I want to talk about is the flow of the game. Now the flow of the game is going to be the same in every single game. Go through the missions, go through the minions, go through the nemesis, get through the final showdown. It's one of those things where cool, you can mix it up. You can have different nemesis, you can have different minions, you can have all different minions, different events, but the flow will always be the same for every game. And the last con I want to talk about is long. 3 to 4 hours. Play this at 4 players. Even 4 hours is going to be a stretch. So it's a long game. So it's something that that you're going to devote a whole night to it. It's a big teach, big game. It's just big everything. But anyway, so that is the pros and cons. So look, for games that, I think scratch a similar itch to this, what about Star Wars Pandemic? And what about King of Monster Island? Now, both of them in their own right are IPs, cooperative games, dice rolling, going to have similar feels, but both of them will play in a lot quicker time frame. Actually, even Star Wars Pandemic, both of them have the big nemesis that you have to get through. So there's a lot of sort of very similar feels to those games. And there we go. That was Marvel Dagger, and this is the Bangers Project. Just trying to do something a little bit different, a revision. Bangers 2.0, if you want to think about it that way. Anyway, for Donna, this is little Betty. Matilda, she'll be in the next video, I'm sure. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm Hoax. This is the Bangers Project. Till next time, laters.